सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Hi all, this is Amrita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are doing the Mahabharat series and we have seen as to how Krishna was born and how he was exchanged with the girl child that was born to Yashoda and how he is in Gokul enjoying his childhood. In my previous episode, I finished until where Krishna freed the Arjuna trees from their curse and how both the trees fell down with such a huge noise. Now, Nanda Gopal was very worried as some of the other things just kept happening. Either there were demons or the trees fell down and that Krishna was always involved and was a part of that incident. So it worried him. He was worried as to what would happen to his child. So he, along with the other villagers, decided that Gokul was no longer a safe village for them to live and that they would shift to another place that's called Vrindavan. That was a village near the Govardhana hill. So Krishna, along with his family and his friends and the entire village, when Nanda Gopal decided that he would move along with Krishna, the entire people in the village also wanted to move. Somehow they also felt that they should be a part of it and move along with Krishna. So all the villagers, they moved into another new place called Vrindavan and settled there. One day, Krishna, along with his friends, were playing on the banks of the river Yamuna. And Vrindavan was a place that was located on the banks of the river Yamuna. So one day, Krishna was playing on the banks of the river when Kamsa got to know that the entire village had shifted from Gokul to Vrindavan. Instead of sending the demons there to kill Krishna, he started sending the demons to Vrindavan to kill Krishna. One such demon that arrived there was called Aghasura. He took a form of a serpent, a huge serpent. Krishna and all his friends are playing. The demon, in the form of a serpent, keeps his mouth wide open, and to the children it seems as if it's a cave. The ball went into the mouth of the demon, and one of Krishna's friends who were playing along, went inside the cave. He was fascinated by the look of the cave. So he called his other friends along with him, and all of Krishna's friends went inside the mouth of the demon, thinking it to be a cave. Now Krishna, of course, knew that it was a demon, but he had to now protect his friends. He was not only supposed to kill the demon, but also protect his friends from the demon. So with no other choice, Krishna also went inside the mouth. Krishna also went inside the mouth of the demon. Once everybody were inside, the serpent closed its mouth. Aghasura thought he had killed Krishna now, but none of the children inside were actually dead. When the children saw that the cave was closed and there was no other exit, they all got worried. Not knowing what to do, they went to Krishna's help, and Krishna rescued all of them by breaking the demon into two. He just jumped up high and that just broke the serpent's body into two, and all the children were out. That is how Aghasura died. There were a lot of other demons that came, attacked Krishna, and they also died. Dhenukasura, Bakasura, a lot of demons that were sent by Kamsa was very easily killed by Krishna. One day, Lord Brahma decided to prove himself to be superior and decided to play a trick on Krishna. So, when Krishna was out in the forest along with his friends and the cows, Krishna was a cowherd. So, he used to take care of the cows when they went grazing. So, Krishna, along with his friends, cows and calves, one day went into the forest. It was an afternoon. When they were all full, they decided to take a small nap and then continue their way back home. That is when Brahma decided to play his trick on Krishna. What Brahma did was he stole all of the boys, all of Krishna's friends, all the calves, all the cows away from them and he kidnapped them and took them to his abode. Now, when Krishna woke up, he saw nobody around. Immediately, he got to know that this was a trick that was played by Lord Brahma. So, he also decided to play along. Now, Krishna takes the form of all his friends, of all the cows and the calves, and then takes them back to Vrindavan to their places, because he knew that his parents and the people back in the village would definitely be worried if nobody returned. Brahma's 1 day time is calculated to be 1 year in Bhuloka. Brahma decided to keep the kids and the cattle for 1 day, which means 1 year for us. Now, Krishna has taken the form of every friend, of every cow, and of every calf, and they all return back home. Of course, their parents don't know that it's not their son, but as soon as they see their son, some kind of new love that comes. Subconsciously, that was the Lord, right? They were not aware of it, yet the love and the affection increased 10 times. When the villagers were milking the cow, they used to feel so good and they used to feel so affectionate and drawn towards the cow for that one whole period of year. After that period of time, Brahma realized his mistake and he realized that he shouldn't have played such a trick on the Lord. So he comes in front of Lord Krishna and apologizes to him for playing such a trick and returns back all the children and the cattle that he had kidnapped. So now Krishna is just Krishna and the rest of them are back home, but nobody actually knows what had happened. The boys that were kidnapped actually thought that they were sleeping and then they've just returned home. They didn't know that there was a gap of 1 year time. All of this is Krishna's tricks and magic. So now Brahma apologizes to Krishna. So that is the incident where Brahma plays a tricks on Krishna. Now we are going to see a very, very beautiful part of Krishna's childhood, Kaliya Nardana. There was once a snake called Kaliya. It was a very, very venomous snake, afraid of Garuda, and that Garuda would come and eat it. He decided to come to the banks of the river Yamuna and decided to form a pond there and then stay there. It is not exactly the river, the whole river Yamuna. You know how the rivers meander and then go form a separate, in one such water body, the snake was residing, and that water body was very close to the village Vrindavan, and the people of Vrindavan used to go there to consume the water. So now the snake is residing in that river, and the snake is leaving a lot of its poison into the river water, which in turn is affecting the villagers and the people that are consuming the water there. The animals, the birds are not able to take that water, and even the place around it, even the trees around it have actually died up due to the poison present in the river because of the snake Kaliya. Now one day Krishna is playing along with his friends on the banks of the river. One of the boys throw the ball and the ball goes into that particular water body. Now Krishna decides to go and get that ball back from there. They all know about the poisonous snake and they're all so worried, and they tell Krishna not to do that because they're scared that they will lose him. But Krishna doesn't listen to anyone, does he? There's a dead tree there, so he climbs on top of the tree, and from the end of the branch, he just jumps, dives into the water body, dives into the pool of water. It is beautifully explained in Bhagavatam that when Krishna's leg touches that particular tree, that particular branch of the tree, a leaf was grown there. It was a dead plant, but due to the magic in Krishna's feet, one piece of leaf just popped up. I think that is his power, that is his magical positive power. So now he dives into the water body to get the ball. The children are so scared now, they know that there is that snake there that is going to kill him. So they rush back to the village and call all the elderly people, and the whole village is assembled there. They're all so scared for Krishna. Yashoda is crying, afraid of losing her son. There is nothing happening inside the water body. He's just silent. Suddenly, the snake pops out, and on top of the snake, on the head of the snake, is the Lord standing. In a very, very angry mood, Krishna starts dancing. The dance is so beautifully explained, and that, you know how Shiva, Nataraja, is known for dance, and that even when he saw Krishna dancing on top of Kaliya, he was stunned by the moves and the perfection in the dance. It was a very, very beautiful scene, and all the villagers are just blown away by the beauty of Krishna dancing. Since Krishna is dancing fiercely on top of the snake's head, the snake is not able to bear it. He experiences a lot of pain. His wives come and plead Krishna and ask him not to kill their husband and that they would leave the place and go to some other place because they're causing the harm. So Krishna agrees to that and Kalia leaves the water body, goes to some other place, and the village is now safe. All the people in Vrindavan, every time they had any kind of issue, they just go to Krishna, tell their issue, and that issue will be solved. Krishna would take care of it. I think that is what we should also do. Every time we face an issue, I don't think there's any point in just sitting and worrying over anything. We need not worry about something that is not in our control. Everything is under His control. So why don't we just go surrender to Him, and then maybe He will take care of it. Maybe He will solve all our problems, and maybe everything will be fine again. That is what I do. I hope you all enjoyed the video and found the stories to be interesting. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below, like and share the video as much as you can. I will see you again next time with a lot more of Krishna. Until then, be good, do good always. Take care. Bye.